Hello, everybody. How are you? How was it last week? I hope you would have a good time. I was thinking about the title of the Bible study video. Well, I think pang pang means nothing to you English speakers. Pang is kind of a sound expressing something bursts. So I mean, it's an onomatopoeia. Well, I think you know you all know that word, and so I have changed it into another title. Pang in Korean language is like a pop in English, P-O-P, right? So therefore, I made it as the Popping Bible. If you have any kind of brilliant ideas about the English title, then let me know. I will consider it seriously, right? Okay. Now, oh, no, not this one. This one, yeah, right. We are going to read 2 Samuel chapter 21 today. There are 22 verses in the whole chapter, so I want you to read the whole chapter in one sitting before watching the video. It's 22 verses, kind of long. That is so long, so I don't want to read it and waste the time here to read that verses, right? Let's say about the contents of the chapter first. There are three issues in the chapter. First one is famine, and the second one is the revenge of or the grudge of Gibeonites, and the third, the war between Israel and the Philistines. Right. Well, however, those three small issues are under, what can I say? Yeah, we could find the three small issues, but those three small issues are under big one issue that is back to normal. Why you're saying back to normal from the chapter 21? Okay, I'm going to explain it to you why I am saying that the main issue of the chapter 21 is back to normal, right? Well, wars are over and the people of Israel are back to normal. That's what I want to say to you, right? Well, what is the first impression when you read the chapter 21, famine, the revenge of Gibeonites? It looks that way at first glance. However, it was deeper, and it has deeper and a hidden meaning in it. The previous chapters from 15 to 20 deal with the revolt of Absalom and the revolt of Ziba. So those chapters mention the difficulties happened in the last days of King David, right? In other words, the incidents in the previous chapters were very special situation. The incidents just told us that the situation was very special. However, the situation changes now. The chapter 21 deals with totally different issues comparing to the previous chapters. The face has completely changed. That's what I want to say here. It is talking about agriculture, so to speak, plantation or farming or something like that. I mean, and it shows that the war is now over and the country comes back to normal. So I want to say about the famine first, right? Wars were over and the peacetime came. You think really after the war there was a peacetime in the land of Israel? I think that is a fantasy. Fantasy. I and you want to see this kind of fantasy in the chapter, but no, I don't want to say that. The real situation in the land of Israel was totally different. Reality bites. Maybe just you English speakers say that way. Reality bites, right? Well, what I meant is that the problem of eating and living came instead of wars, right? As I told you, the situation was completely different. And there was a 3 year famine in Israel. Rain, basically, they believed that rain was given by God, right? So if they didn't have rain for 3 years, then that means something went wrong. The field in ancient Israel was rain-fed field. So farming was is connected to, deeply related to rain, and the rain was also deeply related to God. That is why Old Testament says that rain was very important for people of Israel. Well, the first verse of chapter 21 says, there was a famine in the days of David 3 years, right? This was a serious problem, really serious problem. They didn't have water, right? So as I told you, the ancient people of Israel believed that the rain depended upon God only, right? So I'm going to read you the passage from Deuteronomy. Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, verse 14. I'm going to read it to you. Well, actually, just English is subtitled in the image, but it's very small. So I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I'm going to read it to you. Then I will send rain on your land in a season, both autumn, right? So it is translated in Korean Bible, 이른비. So just the rain in the autumn is really helpful for seeding, right? Without that autumn rain, they cannot start the farming in Israel. Okay, going on. Spring rains is just for harvest, right? So that you may gather in your grain new wine and oil. That's what Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 14 said, right? So they didn't have water. They couldn't make a farming or plantation or something like that. Actually, the problem is that the reason for the famine was the grudge of people of Gibeon. They really wanted to revenge against Saul's family. God did not give rain to solve it, right? The grudge of the Gibeonites. Well, I'm gonna show you the what is that? I'm gonna show you the map here. Yeah. Okay, this is. Can you see the Gibeon? Right, it's a little bit over the city of Jerusalem right now. So Gibeon is not far from Jerusalem. Well, in fact, the 3-year famine and the revenge of Gibeonites do not need to be explained in detail here. So, well, I don't want to say that concretely. Rather, we should pay attention to why this story is coming out in this situation. That's what we need to see right now. Well, how to interpret the events or incidents or the tragedy of the 3-year famine and the handing over Saul's family to the Gibeonites? That's terrible, right? But anyway, what does come to your mind when you read this Bible? When you read this passage? This was like a kind of gift box or a soft box. Well, I am not saying that people killing people or something like that is just a gift. No way. I'm not going to say that. I don't want to say that. What I want to say is that the appearance was really ugly, but when David opened the box and looked inside, he found a good thing inside. So what is good thing? Dying people? No, I am not saying that. This is because, so to speak, God has put an end to the fight between Saul's family and David's family for a long time, right? So that is why I just said to you that when David saw in the inside of the box, then he find a good thing, right? This is ending the war is good. I mean, war is over. It's a good message, right? God said that I'm not with Saul's family anymore. It's over. Don't fight you two families against each other. I want to show you decisively that I am in the David dynasty from now on, right? So I think the cause of the drought was because the grudge of Gibeonites had against Saul's family. This was solved by cleaning up the people of Saul's family. Who gets caught and who dies, I don't care about that. It's not that important issue here. Oh, that's a tragedy, absolutely tragedy, but in just a big perspective, it is a kind of very small factors, right? So we need to we need to see it with bigger eyes. So if you look at it with the bigger eyes, you should understand those instances, as a part of that explains that Saul's family is completely over. So the history goes ahead, right? Ahead. So that's what I want to say. The third one is the Philistines were at the war again with Israel. Again, this specific content of the words is not important here. It should be understood that the internal problem, separation or revolt or something like that, has ended, and it has returned to the regional state of confrontation with the enemy outside. Well, when we see the verse 19, Elhanan killed the younger brother of Goliath. Only a few manuscripts say so, younger brother of Goliath, right? So main text that don't say that, and then there was only Elhanan killed Goliath, right? This is weird. So some scholars in the field of historical critical method say that it was not Goliath David killed, and the real Goliath died in this battle. That's what they said, but I don't like it. I want to say that another person who was called Goliath in the last name was killed in the battle of chapter 21. It means that Goliath who died in chapter 21 was a person with the same name of Goliath, or a member of the same family from Goliath, right? That's what I think. The account of David killing Goliath in the first Samuel chapter 17 is so loud and clear, so that there's no other way to interpret it. Now we have something to think about from the chapter, right? The first one is that, we have to think that famine could come because of our mistakes. It is not to cry out for the suffering of the righteous conditionally. If the wrong is corrected, God will stop the famine in our lives. The second one, I wish we could be a person like a lamp. David was like a lamp. David was a very important person to Israel. And this is a really good story for me. I hope we live to receive such an evaluation and reputation. You are like a lamp to me. If somebody just tells me that way, then, oh my God, that's really fantastic, right? So let's live a life to be a lamp for everybody, right? Up here, let's wrap it up here, and we're gonna see next week. I hope it could be better than the last one. Okay, thank you very much. See you next week. Thank you.